Text on a black screen. In March 2020, DisArt and artist Oaklee Thiele began the My Dearest Friends Project by collecting stories from the disabled community confronted with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Through podcast interviews and personal submissions illustrated by Thiele, the project unites the global disabled community while documenting this moment in history and preserving our culture. The left hand picks up black charcoal and writes, My Dearest Friends.
I'm Oaklee Thiele, and I'm the artist who has partnered with DisArt to create the My Dearest Friends Project.
Oaklee continues writing. The view sweeps across, revealing a full-page letter that also starts with, My Dearest Friends.
So I, like everyone else, had been reading so many different news stories and articles about the pandemic, about specifically how, the disabled community was at the highest risk.
Drawings and letters on the walls, edge to edge. Oaklee climbs a wooden ladder, a drawing and hammer in her left hand.
I kept witnessing, disabled lives, kind of being tossed aside. And I had written that letter in response to all those articles. And it was just kind of my way of addressing, my disabled community.
Above the other drawings, she positions an illustration and hammers the nail into the top of the page.
And kind of begging them to, remember this pandemic.
Back at the wall, the old wooden ladder near the corner.
I'm tired of our lives being considered as expendable.
A fluffy shepherd dog joins Oaklee. She commands the dog to sit, climbs the ladder, nails another picture in the array. Drawing again, a person in striped trousers and a mask who stands beside their oxygen tank.
We're groundbreakers. We're groundbreakers, right? Because I really think that this is going to change, like working remotely is going to change the way everybody does work, right? And I think maybe I'm hoping that it will further naturalize or regularize disabled people working in different ways, right?
Now, Oaklee squats to add a picture near the bottom. The dog crowds between her and the ladder, wagging its giant tail. Now Oaklee kneels, the dog leans in for a hug.
We've had to be creative out of necessity, right? And it's just the larger population has that same necessity thrust upon it now. So it's taking on a whole new significance because the larger population is dealing with it now.
Oaklee presses her forehead to the top of the dog's head. She now sketches a dog in a vest on a blank page on the wall.
My dearest friends, I'm not sorry that I'm disabled, and I don't want anyone else to feel sorry for me either. If there's anything you should be sorry about, it's systemic discrimination of people with disability. And if you're truly sorry about that, you'll start taking actions to dismantle ableism. I don't need your pity. I need you to learn, embrace, and become more inclusive of me and all other people with disability.
The walls filling with letters and drawings, Oaklee commands the dog down. Oaklee and the dog snuggle.
My dearest friends, may we be flanked by the protection of each other's care. May we rest. May we hold space for each other in the stillness. May our voices find audience, and may others begin to listen. May we scream until the world comes to equally value our lives, full of sage experience and pre-existing conditions.
Oaklee flops backward. The dog sneaks a kiss. Laughing, Oaklee twists and scrambles up. She speaks to the dog, whose ears perk.
But I do want people to open their eyes and realize that what they're experiencing right now is something that is temporary for them. And it has been rather permanent for many of us. And I hope that they understand it better and will do something.
Oaklee stacks drawing upon drawing. In the grass and peering up at a starry night sky, someone in a hospital bed, a wheelchair user pointing at the moon, someone walking with a guide dog, a person standing with a walker, the DisArt logo.
My dearest friends, we mustn't let this be forgotten, the time the world gained perspective on a small portion of our struggles. We must make sure that this moment goes down in history so that we can build a better world, a more accessible world, a world for everyone, a world for us.